This life, normal paths are not to be driven. We're too busy. I got my own dreams and ambitions. Everything I want, I'll bring to fruition. I'm my own boss, yeah, I make my own decisions. My father speaks through me, through my intuition. And when he speaks, you best believe I'ma listen. A tunnel vision when I get up in the zone. What I want, I manifest to being on my own. And all I need is my creator's permission. Then he gave it to me when he gave me the vision. I'm made in his image. Yeah, we weren't made to just exist, y'all. We were made to create.
You're coaching students. This is life. This is what it looks like. It looks like me not playing no games, y'all. I'm not playing no games. I'm here to make sure you guys are actually getting properties. Because the more properties you get, the more people can see that what I do really works. The more properties you get, sometimes we team up and we do equity splits, depending on what happens. But I ain't playing no games, y'all. I'm actually headed to my grandmother's funeral, and I'm still coaching this weekend because the coaching was actually scheduled before, and I just we gotta do family and coaching in the same weekend. So we're getting it done. We're doing what we gotta do and what we need to do. Stay tuned. This is what it looks like. I meet with you guys, and where I can, I do airport pickups, but I don't guarantee it. There it is. Okay. Just bought our first property. Hi. Miss Teresa. Hi. We're just picking up Michelle from the airport. Who is so? We also like to attend some of the finest restaurants where the people who come down can be immersed in Southern culture while they're here in my hometown. And we just connect on a level where I can take them on property tours to some of the properties that I've acquired and explain different strategies of how I actually acquired those properties.
I mean, it was like all these restrictions, but they were charging like $600-700 a night for this place.
We really become like family, and we get to build lifelong friendships as well as partnerships. And some students are able to even purchase properties virtually before they get here, and so we will tour those properties as well. We're sometimes able to attend other events to enrich our experience, and sometimes we view Airbnb. So the ladies that coaching now, they're staying at this Airbnb here, and we are about to tour their Airbnb. So let's see. So you may be wondering, well, first let me say the Airbnb was set up to where the owners lived on one side and they rented out another side. The door on the right was to the owner's property that they lived in, and just up these stairs, which was set up as part of an antebellum home, and the tour is up here is the actual Airbnb. So you might be wondering why tour the Airbnbs, because that is another creative investment strategy that we are getting into here. So as you can see, Miss Lisa, I think this was Miss Melody's room. It was by choice that this group stayed at an Airbnb, so I wanted to get the full experience, to capture the full experience. Normally, I offer the hotel stay, and for those of you who are watching this and interested in coming, I have to add that they actually ended up coming to the hotel that I recommend people stay at and the area that I recommend people stay at. And they said that although the Airbnb experience was very nice for them, that they wished that they had have stayed at the hotel because there was some quirky part. There were just a couple of little things that they wished were a little bit different, but when you're staying at an Airbnb, of course, you're staying at a host, person, and we don't really know what to expect 100%. So keep that in mind if you fly out and you choose to stay at an Airbnb, that it's an experience. It was nice overall, very nice. It was enriching and a great learning process, but you don't know as much. You can't expect as much about what there is to come with staying at an Airbnb as you would with a hotel. So just keep that in mind. This next Airbnb here was actually not an Airbnb of any one of my students at all. So one of my students, actually Michelle, had family to fly in as part of support to a godchild's graduation. And as part of that godchild's graduation, the father of the child actually rented this Airbnb. After work, we play hard.
Okay, y'all look crazy. No help, child. So. But I was good. I was good. I'm literally wiping the tears away.
There's always the opportunity to hang out at the jacuzzi and the pool. You're not the only one, though. Like, I know. But I admitted it. What made you feel? And as you just saw, we hang out the next morning, followed by the opportunity to do some marketing. You can get up there. We market in multiple ways, but this is a fun experience that I was able to capture. What are we doing out here? I got it. Maya. We also tour other properties in any condition and discuss ways to JV during that process. Here's the
so I wasn't even expecting all this. I really was not. Michelle took me through the whole entire process. It was really cool. She took me on the phone with her. I got to talk to the lady myself, just different things. She told me kind of how the deal was structured, how she got negotiated with the lady, just everything, like the ins and outs of the whole entire. I wanted to get comfortable with it, and she did everything possible to make me comfortable. She, sent me pictures of the property and everything. So I was able to see okay, is it something you want to invest in? What are you thinking? How are you feeling? What do you want to do with it? And it just turned out really well, and I got my very first property. So I'm super, super excited. So, everybody's like, oh, you're really doing things. Yes, I am. So yes, I got my very first property. I'm super excited about it. The great thing was she held my hand through the whole process, and that's what I feel like a lot of coaching is missing, is that hand holding. She held my hand through the whole process, and she showed me the ins and outs of everything. Not just oh, you get to see the pretty finished product. No, we got to see the down and dirty, the good, bad, the ugly, and then to see the other side of oh my God, she just walks you through literally everything, the contracts, everything. And so you really get to learn truly what it is to make a deal go from start to finish. I was blown away, honestly blown away. I've had coaching before, but it's never been this hands-on, and it's worth everything. It really is. It is worth it. It is really worth it.
Hello. So today we have Miss Melody here, and she's going to speak to you guys regarding her experience working with the company with coaching so far. So Miss Melody, thank you for joining us today. How was your flight?
It was amazing.
What has been your experience so far? What are some of the things that we've done?
Oh my goodness. Wow. What have we not done? I'm just going to say, aggressive marketing. you know, I got to see firsthand behind the scenes of the thought process that goes behind how you look for your target audience, how you know what they're thinking, how you put out your marketing, whether it's posters, whatever it is you're putting out, you put out with a message to really attract your ideal client. And that was a game changer for me, understanding the hustle behind it. And I wanted to really say, talking to Lisa early on, you've awakened something that was dormant in me.
Thank you.
Right? And it's not just real estate. Like, I feel like I'm breathing again.
Yes. Oh, thank you so much.
I feel like I'm breathing again, and I'm like, wow, I got to, what's next?
Thank
you know?
you so much.
So,
thank you. That's
and I
awesome.
mean it from the bottom of my heart. So not only is it awakening in the world of real estate, but reawakening that person, that dreamer in me, reawakening that go-getter in me, and being able to meet people that have like minds,
Yes.
that understand the journey.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Thank you. Wow, that was a lot. I greatly appreciate that. So with regard to, I guess, the contracts and some of the other things that you've learned, can you speak a little bit about that?
Wow. Subject to. I understand it. Firstly, you know, I heard in passing about creative investment strategies, and it just flew past my head. And I've heard different videos and stuff like that. But the way that Michelle has been able to actually demonstrate the different creative strategies has given me a deeper understanding that the reason we're not succeeding is not because there is no business or there are no investment properties. The reason we're not succeeding is the lack of information, accurate information and guidance. And that's, for me, that's been the big thing. It's just being able to be guided to say, these would be some of the contracts you would need for something like this, and the why behind it, understanding the why behind it. So, I mean, it's like empowerment as well as getting that coaching and giving you the direction and the hand holding that you need. And what's so amazing is Michelle is empowering you to succeed. Literally.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thank you so
I'm
much.
excited. I love.
Hi, Miss Lisa. Can you please tell us about your experience so far as a top-tier coaching student?
It's a lot of material. I'm learning a lot, and I'm just excited.
Take or your perspective with regard to contracts. I heard you mention contracts.
Honestly, in the contract, you kind of laid out everything for us. You know, you kind of given us like a step-by-step guide. If this happens, then you need to do this, and if this happens, then you need this document. And you've given us each and every, and like where to find each one of those documents. So it's like a step-by-step process. So.
Okay, and can you please give your overall experience working with the company with regard to coaching?
Like I said, you're very, hands-on. So you answer calls. You know, you're not. It's been great, definitely. You know, because sometimes when you do coaching, the coach is not always available. So, but you are, you're available. You're hands-on. And I know for me, that's definitely something that I needed. I needed that. Hands-on experience. I need somebody to hold my hand as I, walk through this process. So.
All right. So that pretty much sums up what the top tier coaching program looks like and what it looks like to be a top tier coaching student if you choose to come out and visit with me for the weekend. So go ahead and click the link so you can go ahead and start closing some deals.